progress is being made. So, if you like today's video, feel free to go to sleep. Now, 2 of the games that I have purchased are currently not in my possession. I let a couple people borrow them. So, those 2 games being Shadow the Hedgehog and Pac-Man World 2, both for the Nintendo GameCube. So let's begin. The first game that I have, it's not in a case. It is Marvel Nemesis, Rise of the Imperfects. And if you've never played this game, it was ahead of its time. It is a PvP game. And the characters that are in this game are not Marvel characters that you would really know. They do have Spider-Man, I believe Daredevil, but a lot of the people, if you're not an avid Marvel's fan, you might not have heard of them. So this game, a lot of the games I picked up on eBay, a couple I picked up at yard sales. This one was on eBay for very cheap. I want to say about, I don't have the price on here, but I want to say about $15. Not bad. Is it a game that I would play all the time? Nowadays, no. But back in the day, this game was absolutely amazing. So let me open it up for you. I want to show you the disc. So that's the disc. It's an absolutely wonderful game. Wonderful game. Especially when you were a child. So, the next game, I don't have the case for it as well. It came in one of the plain black cases. Something like these. So, this game I hadn't played since I was like 8. So I had to get it. That game being Sonic Riders. So Sonic was one of my favorite games growing up. Specifically, Sonic Adventure Battle 2, which is most people's favorite Sonic game. This game was so hard for me when I was a kid. And there's certain parts in the game where you have to spin the analog stick, and I would destroy my palm trying to do it. So I feel like this game was created by the Sonic team to try to compete with Mario Kart, but do something different. I know eventually they made the Sega Racing, but this was before Sega Racing. And I feel like they wanted to get something in that competition. But a lot of people didn't really like it. I feel like a lot of people that I talked to, they didn't like the game. I thought it was amazing. I was also 8. You think everything's amazing at 8? relatively easily, but I still had a little bit of a challenge. You know, I forgot how things worked. But I want to get a lot more Sonic games, because like I said before, Sonic was my favorite game franchise as a kid. Probably Sonic and Resident Evil. Sadly, I don't have any Resident Evil games here today. A majority of old Resident Evil games I have on my PS5 digitally. But the next game we have is also not in a case. See, I tend to buy the disc only because they're cheaper. Because I'm not trying to collect them. I'm just trying to, keep them for myself. And sometimes, like Zelda Twilight Princess, for instance, the case itself is like anywhere between like $50 to $100 just for the case. The game, just the disc, is like also like $100. So if you want the whole thing, it's pretty crazy. But this game is Mario Party 5, a wonderful party game. It's in the title. It holds up to this day. You bring a GameCube over to somebody's house, you drink a little bit. If you're old enough and you bust this game out, everybody's bringing out their inner child. They're going crazy. My favorite Mario Party was Mario Party 8, which they dropped on the Wii, I believe. I loved the maps. They had a train and like a Monopoly style like city. The new one is pretty nice as well. The newest one. The character selection is kind of bland, but it has old maps and old mini games from like all of the games. And you can choose between the N64 and the GameCube and the Wii. Excuse me. So yeah, just a wonderful game. I haven't booted this one up in a while. I didn't actually buy this one. This one was in my GameCube when I found it a couple years ago, because I lost it for years, and then I found it. And this game is the only survivor from my childhood. Yep. Mario Party 5. So the next game I played so much. I have the case and the manual for it. And this game would be the first Avatar, The Last Airbender game for the PlayStation 2. And as you can see, I got it for a whopping $8. Is that 8? Yep, I got it for a solid $8 at this dead mall about 15 minutes away from my house. They have an old school store. So this game came out in 2006. So there's no Toph in the game. If you've watched Avatar, you know who Toph is. It was before they met her. So he played as the fella from season 1. I forget his name, but they go and save his dad from like a floating prison, or not a floating prison, a prison in the water. So, as you can see, it comes with disc and manual. Avatar was my childhood. Avatar and Dragon Ball Z. The Budokai games were, I was very big on them. I did search up the Budokai games and they're very, very expensive. But they just announced they're making a new one, so that's exciting. I believe they have 3 Avatar games. And then a Legend of Korra game. Which I can't find anywhere. I believe it was on Xbox 360, but I cannot find it. So yeah, this game, I never beat it. When I was younger, it worked up until like a certain part, and then it would just freeze. So I never got to beat it. But maybe one day I'll go back. I played the first mission in this game. All of these games, I played the first mission too, just to try them out again, and then I turned them off. But yeah, this one was a gem for me. So when I seen it at the store for $8, I was like, I have to get it. Alright, so that's that. For the next game, we have what I believe to be the second Avatar, The Last Airbender game. This one is Avatar: The Last Airbender, The Burning Earth. This one was released probably a year later, 2007. So it does have Doph in it. This game is a little different than all the other ones. I didn't play this one as a kid. I always wanted it when I was a kid, so I bought it just because my inner child said, hey, you never got this when you were younger, so get it now when you have money. This also came with the manual. It says top secret Nickelodeon video game files. Actually, I do want to see what it shows. Let's see what it shows. I tried talking into this as if it was the mic. Okay, so it has Nickelodeon Attack of the Toy Bots on the first page. I'm not gonna lie, I never heard of that, so if you have heard of it, let me know in the comments. And then it has SpongeBob's Atlantis SquarePants, which I also never heard of. So these might have been showing games that are going to be released or something like that. Or these little... Yeah, it's interesting, I never heard of those ones. But I kind of miss manuals in games. Game cases are just so bland now. Like I love the Switch, don't get me wrong. But when you get a Switch game and you open it up and it's just that tiny little, looks like a little disc drive you slide into your Switch. I don't know what they're called, but SD card. You gotta slide right into your Switch. That's all there is.